Hello, Grand Dawning, everybody. Grand Dawning. This message is powered by neuromelanin, in the words of the late, great Dick Gregory. When the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses, there are rules that go with them. First, you can never take the glasses off. Second, you don't see things as you want them to be. You see things as they are. And third, you cannot force anyone else to put on those glasses. So thank you guys for just dropping in on me for this message. And I just want to start by saying what goes around comes around. And I know that all of you have probably heard that phrase throughout our lives, and we know exactly what that means. But I just started doing some digging around in karma. You know, we know or we've heard the word karma, but do we really know what karma means? And when I get to thinking about things and I get to digging in them, sometimes I think I know what it means until I start digging in the background of it. And sometimes I'm pretty close to what I think it means. And then sometimes I'm totally out of the ballpark because, you know, as folks, we tend to absorb and accept, you know, the meaning of what other people tell us, you know, from our friends, our family, our mamas. You know, how do they know what they know? They got it from their mama and they got it from their mama and so forth and so on. And you don't know if the stuff is true or not, you know, as it gets to you. You know how if you tell one person, they tell another person, and by the time you get to the end, the whole thing is all messed up. But anyway, if you don't want to know something, it's because you don't want to know, because we have so much information accessible to us. And I mean, literally, at a click of a button, we can pretty much get whatever it is that we want to know. But I just wanted to dig into karma a little bit. And karma is called the Great Law. And karma has, 12 laws. And so I just wanted to run them by you guys just so you would know exactly what karma is. So the first law of karma is that you get what you give. And I think we pretty much have heard that, you know, as we were coming up. Whatever your thoughts, your words, your actions, all of those things echo back to you. Second is the law of creation. So life just don't happen, you know, haphazardly. You're either creating it or you're being created by it and by others. So it's always one or the two, okay? Number 3 is the law of humility. What you refuse to accept will keep repeating itself. If you keep denying something, you know, it's the enemy of growth. So it will continually come back. And it kind of touched on when we talked about reincarnation before. If you come here and you're living in this realm and on this earth and you don't learn what it is you come here to learn, you will repeat. So you will continuously come and reincarnate over and over and over again until you learn the lessons and you rise in consciousness. The 4th law is the law of growth. Change starts within. You cannot control the world, but you can control yourself. So that's number 4. Number 5 is the law of responsibility. You are the source of your life. You know, you can blame delays and progress of ownership, but you create your own freedom, which is what we talked about, the importance of doing your shadow work, because that allows you to go within yourself and not look for your answers outside of yourself, okay? And number 6 is the law of connection. Every step matters because we all, in the end, you know, in the overall scheme of things, we all are connected. So no chapter is wasted if that is what brought you to the particular point in your life, because you are where you are, and you are there because of all the steps that you have taken and all the connections that you've made. Okay, number 7 is the law of focus. You know, you cannot move in 2 directions at one time. Choose your path and eliminate the distractions, okay? So you can focus on that end goal. Number 8 is the law of giving. Whatever you give returns back to you, okay? Whether it's energy, whether it's time, kindness, whether it's pain, it all circulates because it has a flow. So that's what kind of have us thinking about that what goes around, come around kind of thing. And number 9, it's the law of here and now. Presence is power. You know, you can rewrite your past, but you can ruin your future by living in it. So in other words, it's saying, you know, if you keep projecting, you're not really living in the now. If you're so caught up into, you know, what you need to do tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, but you're missing out on what you can be doing in this present moment. So number 9 is the law of here and now. Number 10 is the law of change. History repeats until you learn, which is what we talked about a little while ago. You know, if something is still hurting you or causing you pain, then you're not done with it, because you keep reliving it over and over and over again. The lesson is not finished. Again, that takes you back to shadow work. That's what shadow work does. Shadow work allows you to go in and rectify all of that pain and all of that hurt, you know, and it allows you to heal. But if you just think that you can bypass it and with time it will go away, that's not how it works. And it will continue to plague you until you rectify it, deal with it, and release it. Number 11 is the law of patience and reward. Nothing meaningful comes overnight. Consistency beats intensity. You can be intense as you want to be, but if you just are intense, you know, once a month, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to move anything. You can be as intense as you can be, but it's being consistent. Stay with it. You know, that's what is going to move everything forward, is the discipline and being consistent. And the last but not least is the law of significance and inspiration. Every act matters. You have to do it with purpose, or you don't do it at all. Okay? Karma does not punish you, you know, but you're shaped by karma. So again, karma can work for your highest good, or it'll work in the opposite direction, but it all depends on you. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that you have a better understanding about karma. I certainly did. I mean, I was close in some of my assessments, but some things I was a little far off in, but it works both ways. So guys, I hope this helps, and I will see you next time. Bye.